And welcome back again. Today we're going to talk about Putin's propaganda machine and how it doesn't necessarily work right. Here's out of Newsweek. Russian state TV guest admits country underestimated U.S. Seems a professor from Moscow State University admitted that Russia underestimated the U.S. resolve to help Ukraine. I don't know why they would even think that. A whole lot of us are old enough to remember the Cold War, and we still don't trust Russians. Anyway, Andrei Sidorov, the deputy dean of world politics at Moscow State University, gone viral on social media. He admitted that Moscow was taken by surprise by the West's unity in resisting Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Why were you surprised when Putin has gone off and said time and again things like the worst thing that ever happened in the world was the fall of the Soviet Union, and that he believes that all the previous communist countries that were under Russia's thumb, Moscow's thumb, the Kremlin's thumb, should still be. And here's the thought. They don't want to be. So what makes you think that they wouldn't decide that, you know what, if we're going to stop him, we got to stop him before he gets to our border. That meant helping Ukraine. It's pretty simple, but then again, if you've got a thought process like a bowl of spaghetti, it explains a lot. Good professor goes on to say, what do we perceive as our victory with respect to the special military operation? It's simple. The liberation of the 4 Ukrainian regions that Vladimir Putin annexed. We've exceeded the plan. We say that we are fighting against the West and NATO. So is our goal to take Brussels? We should clearly define our victory over the West. I don't think victory means taking Washington. And that would involve destroying half of the planet in the process. I think our main goal is to conclude the special military operation. Trump gave us 4 years realistically, having shot down all sanctions. Trump had given us 4 years to get ready for what is happening now. If it was Hillary Clinton, I am 100% convinced everything would have started 4 years ago. Perhaps we underestimated the adversary. No one anticipated such a consolidation of the West and that Americans would be able to pull it off. We said, oh, they're about to fall apart. The Reds versus the Blues. 24 states against 26 states. Some governors are Republicans, some are Democrats. First, we have to win within our country, and then we can talk about defeating them. According to all indications, the U.S. economy is preparing to become a great arsenal of democracy, he said. Prof, the stated goal was not the taking of the 4 territories, the 4 provinces that were annexed, stolen, let's call it one, stolen, attempted thievery. In fact, you didn't even take all of the 4 provinces, and you don't understand America. Just because we have Republicans and Democrats, Reds versus Blues, it doesn't mean that we hate each other and that we can't come together to fight for or defend a common goal. Too much faith in Fox News and not enough faith in reading print media like, I don't know, the Washington Post, New York Times, from Raw Story. Russia pumping millions into U.S.-based propaganda outlets. Politico reported that while services like YouTube and DirecTV have booted Russian state propaganda networks, the Kremlin is still pumping millions of dollars into U.S. media through other means. Seems between April and September, the Russia state media group Razia Saganya funneled about $3.25 billion to Gebi, company that produces articles, news wires, and a number of radio shows. During that period, Gebi spent $2,183,640.72 on behalf of its client, according to an October filing with the Justice Department made under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. That same month, Rebel Media Productions, a company ran by controversial former news anchor Benjamin Swan, registered to represent Russian government-backed media organization TV Novosti. And the production company would oversee video production for TV Novosti and other clients, focusing solely on the Indian, Chinese, and South American TV markets. Filing said that they had received $609,000 paid laid-off RT America employees. Their influence has come under pretty heavy scrutiny since 2016, when they employed troll farms to sow chaos in the 2016 election to help boost Donald Trump's campaign. Why? Well, everyone does it. We all see the world through the lens that, well, we see the world through. It doesn't necessarily mean that we see or they see what's actually going on. And when you have a country like the U.S., which is in many ways radically different from anything in Europe, we have a dual federal system, meaning we have a federalist-style government in Washington and a federal-style government in the states. Nobody else does this. We do. Germany does to an extent, but not as much as we do. And that makes people think that that we're not a united country. That's a mindset, a belief that has proven to be the detriment of a lot of people. We could start with Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan, thinking that, oh, they're isolationists, they won't get involved, or they'll take it and deal with it. They won't do anything, and that we won't do anything because we disagree too much? No. Our disagreements are minor. Very rarely do you see a serious disagreement between the parties of what the nation's interests abroad are. There are differences. They feel differently about things, but it's more a matter of executing the policy than the policy itself. We don't always speak with one voice. Personally, I think that's a good thing. That way, both sides, or hell, there could be 10 sides to an argument, but they all get heard. Well, Vlad, just because you have a country where everybody has to think like you and talk like you, or, well, they get put in prison. Hey, let's face it. Navalny is in prison because he dared to say, I got a better idea. And you didn't even want to hear his talking points. You just wanted to get rid of him. So you trump up a charge after you try to kill him, and you put him in prison. Others have fled the country because of fear of your retribution, and that sucks. Or more exactly, Vladimir Putin, you suck. But hey, folks, well, that's it for today. Please engage with the channel. YouTube will let me show up on people's recommended pages, their home page, so maybe it'll help the channel grow. Other than that, you have a good evening, and I'm out of here. Talk to you tomorrow.